What is up, YouTube? This is Ryan with sportscardrush, and I am back with another quick video. Today I just have a real fast reveal of a 4-card order I sent to HGA, Hybrid Grading Approach, grading company in Tennessee, and show you the results. A couple of the cards were pulled on the channel, and some of them I've shown on the channel before, so kind of interesting. I do know the results of the grades. They sent those out a couple days before they shipped it, or maybe it was even a week or two before, once everything was slabbed, and then there was a little bit of a delay before they shipped. But just before I opened it, I just want to say I did the 60-day submission, which is $20 per card, and I said I had 4 cards here. One of the cards I did do a custom label on it, so they're total there was $90 worth of grading fees for this, plus shipping, which I think was 10 to 15, something like that, and then they charge you for return shipping. So all in, maybe around $110, $120 for 4 cards. And the turn time, 60-day turn time, I had it marked on my calendar. I don't know the specific dates, but I did have it marked on my calendar, and I got the shipping notification, I think 1 or 2 days before my calendar date for when I thought the 60-day time period was up. So pretty good. They hit that. I like that, and I also like having the option of the 60-day. None of these cards were really time sensitive, as you'll see here in a sec, and so I just kind of wanted to just get a couple cards graded. And while I look at these, while I show these, I'll kind of talk about why I've sent some cards to them versus some of the other grading companies and go from there. So let's just open it up. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the grades. They are notoriously tough to get 10s on, and I've talked about it on the channel before. I think they're pretty easy to get 9s on though, but I will show you one that I got here. It did not work out quite so well. So first card was not one that I pulled on the channel, but I talked about it on the channel. Interesting. That is not the label I would have thought it would have had. I have no idea why it would be black and white. But I was at a card show here locally and bought 4 of these Kobe's, along with I think 3 or 4 other cards for $6 total, which is crazy. So this card is noteworthy because Michael Jordan is in the back there. And there's another card from Fleer that also had the same exact picture in it, which is a little bit more desirable. One of the kind of throwback design cards. This one got a 9 all around here. I am going to have to look into the label thing. There's no reason why that should be black and white, but I'll have to look at what I chose here because that does not match literally anything. It's not a team match. It's not a card match or anything. So not sure why that happened. There's the back. So that's the first card. All right, second card, and this is the one that I am a little disappointed about, and I'd have to look at it here. And so the tricky thing is I got killed on the centering on this one. So I got an 8.5, but look at the grades here though. I got a 10 on corners, 9.5 on surface, and 9.5 on edges, but centering is 7.5. So I'd have to look at it. I assume it's off left or right here. And one of the tricky things that you don't really think about is with cards with no border, you don't even really, sometimes you don't think about centering as much. And I'm wondering, yeah, it looks like it must be off. Sometimes on the back you can see it a little better. Doesn't look that bad though. It doesn't look like a 7.5 bad. I'd have to look at what other cards get 7.5s for centering. The 7.5 is really pretty bad. I mean, I guess if you're saying that that should be equal to something on this side, or maybe, yeah, I'd have to look at what true good centering is, but that's a really big bummer here. I bought this card on eBay as an auction for like $6, and I looked at it and like, wow, this card looks really good. And yeah, again, didn't factor in the centering, I guess, but I'll have to look at that one too. That one, I like the label on this one. I think kind of just matching the colors. I didn't want it to be too busy. I didn't want the splash kind of look for it because it's a nice clean kind of design, basic design, so I thought this would match well with it. So I think that looks pretty good. Alright, next one. Alright, this was another pickup from a card show, and so I bought 4 of this exact same 89 Hoops card for $10, I believe, and picked out, they had like 20 or 30 of these exact cards in just a stack, and I picked out 4 of the ones that I thought looked the best. I actually have another one of these at Revolution grading, card grading, and we'll see what that one gets, but really happy with this result here. So Edge has got a 10, everything else got a 9.5, and I thought it looked pretty good too. Centering looks really good on it, maybe a little tiny bit off, but not, yeah, well, I think a 9.5 makes sense on that. And then edges and corners were pretty good on everything here. Back looks good too, so happy with that. Like the clean basic label for this, matching the colors. Well, looks good. And then the last card is, I don't think I did show this one on the channel. I bought this in a lot. This is the Status T-Mall Upper Echelon Blue Shimmer card for Steph Curry. I bought this in a lot for like $40, but it had a ton of cards. It had a couple echelons. It had a couple LeBrons and another Steph Curry and a bunch of the trophy cards, which sold really well, and it was a really good deal for it. And I really like these cards, and I have not, and this is the one that I got the custom label on, so let's see what it looks like. Oh, it's pretty good. So I've seen a couple other ones that people have gotten custom labels on the upper echelons. I'm not sure if I've seen a Steph Curry, but the other ones, they kind of match this kind of flow up into the card, and that's kind of what I was looking for. This is a little different, but it still looks really good though. I actually kind of like that. Matches the colors pretty well, and as you can see, I got a 9.5 on this, which is really tough to get. Those edges here, and maybe a little fortunate I got a 9 on that. These back edges on these cards are brutal. Just, it's a paper stock card. The backs are paper stock, and you get whitening. This one wasn't too bad on. Pretty much all the other sides are good except for this top edge, which you can kind of see there is got some white. But the front was clean. Centering looked really pretty good. And it looks a little off here though. If it's supposed to be square all the way around, a little off up to down, but still got a 9.5. So I'm really happy with this card. Love the look of these. I think they're undervalued based on, you know, population of them. Being that they're only in the T-Mall box, and that was the only way it was released, and there weren't, I mean, there was a decent amount of these made, but not anything near like what Prism or Optic or Donruss or any of those sets have been produced at level. So overall, pretty happy except for this label. I have no idea why that would be that color. But other than that, everything was pretty good. Bummed about the centering grade here. Oh, and so how they come up with this grade, they have a policy of it can't be more than 1.0 higher than the lowest. Some other companies are different on that, but so this was like a 4. This would be a 5 for a grade. So no matter what, even if the other ones are all 10s, if the lowest, you can't be more than 1 higher than the lowest grade here. So that's why I got an 8.5 on this one. A little bummed on that, but what are you gonna do? Still a nice card, especially since I'm all in on this one for what, like $30 with the cost of the card plus the grading, plus when you factor in the shipping and stuff like that. So what do you think? Oh, and then I wanted just to mention why I sent these cards to HGA. There's a bunch of grading companies right now. None of them I think have really stood out as far as value, as far as resale value. But I think HGA has the most interest, so the most people looking, like on eBay or through Facebook groups or on Instagram, more than the other grading companies, like looking for cards. And it is definitely a specialty thing here. Not everyone loves the labels and how they look and stuff like that, but I just think, you know, the amount of eyes on these cards is more than even SGC or CSG or some Revolution Grading, all those other companies that do good stuff, but when you're trying to sell these kind of cards, it's better to have more people looking at them. So I think that there's some value there with them. Maybe I'll do a follow-up here if I do sell some of these, or if you're interested in them, reach out to me on Instagram. I'll put my info down below. But thanks and have a good day.